Welcome back, and I want to talk to you today about sleep hygiene. If, like me, you're useless if you haven't had 7 or 8 hours sleep, then I hope this video can be of some use to you. But before we go into it, I just want to point out self-care. What have you done today that's self-care? What have you done for you to take care of you today? If you want to know more, please check out my video. The link is up here. I did a self-care video about a week ago. Okay, so let's talk about sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene is really linked with mental health. It can actually exacerbate mental health conditions if you're not getting enough sleep, and it can almost cure depression and anxiety, or certainly take away a vast majority of the symptoms associated with depression and anxiety if you're getting good regular sleep every day. It can take a few weeks to get into a good routine, so I would say approach these videos and any videos online. I would say approach these videos with a little bit of patience. It can take a while to get this to become a routine. Before we go into it, I just want to go into a few no-nos. So I would say absolutely no alcohol before bed if you want to have a good night's sleep. It's not good at giving you a good, peaceful, healing, restorative sleep. It won't help you sleep throughout the night. The other thing I want to say is try and keep the afternoon naps at bay. Try and limit them, try and miss them out if you can, store that up. The other no-no is caffeine. Leave out the caffeine after midday, because caffeine can stay in your system for up to 12 hours. So I would say leave it out. I cheat a little bit and have my last coffee or tea just after my lunch at 1 o'clock. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit. But I must say that my sleep's improved vastly over the last few years, just observing that rule and just being aware that caffeine can kind of hang around and be a pain in the bum. And then I would say exercise is very good to have during the daytime, but not to have do exercise sort of late at night. So if you want to go for a run or a jog, don't do that sort of after 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock really. You want to kind of give yourself a chance to unwind, and that's what I want to get into next. So this is about pre-sleep routine. My pre-sleep routine is to come upstairs about 9:30, 10 and just kind of get ready for getting ready for bed, if that makes sense. So I'll sit down at 10 o'clock in my bed and I'll start reading a book. The lighting levels in the room are starting to go down at this stage, and I'm really lucky because I'm able to program my lighting through Alexa, and the lighting levels will come down and down and down, and all I've got left at the end is the Moroccan lamp that's right behind me, and it's a nice warm tungsten glow. That's the last light that goes off at the end of the night. All the other lights have gone off, and my body is now producing melatonin, and I'm feeling sleepy. That's the hormone that makes you feel sleepy and gets you off to sleep. Very restorative hormone, very healing, quite a powerful hormone. We really need that, and we're not getting that if we've got bright lights, computers, mobile phones, on Twitter and Snapchat and all these kind of things. So I will get into technology in a little bit, but I just want to stay on my routine just a bit longer. I'll read a book. There's nothing like reading a nice book that melts you away to somewhere else, an adventure story or something like that. I've got Alexa on in the background, and she's got, it's an incredible playlist. Arabic Relaxation and Spa from Apple Music as a playlist is absolutely phenomenal. Transports you to another place. It's non-pretentious, it's non-commercial, it's non-popular, there's no vocals, nothing like that. It's not like gangster rap or hip-hop or anything like that. No one's got any ego in that. It's just a nice, relaxing, chilled out, authentic, ethnical music in the background, and it just gets you off to sleep and gets you really relaxed. I put essential oils on for that hour between 10 and 11, and it's really relaxing. I might journal before I do some reading, so I'll get my thoughts down on paper, and that's linking in with self-care. So I'll talk about my thoughts, I'll explain how I'm feeling, I'll do some doodling, I'll do some sketching, I'll do some planning. I'll put my thoughts down onto paper, and that's therapy. That really helps me kind of relax and get the expression element done. So I'm done at that stage. Everything that I want to express and put onto paper is out there. 9 times out of 10, I'll never look at that page again. It really doesn't matter what you write about, as long as you're doing something that kind of helps you feel that you're expressing yourself. It doesn't have to be photorealistic or anything like that, but it's a nice thing to kind of just put things onto paper and just kind of draw stuff. So So that's linking in with self-care. And the other thing that's really important is to just give yourself a break, to be kind to yourself, and approach bedtime in a kind-hearted way. Be your best buddy. You wouldn't sit at the dinner table waiting to be hungry, would you? So don't sit in bed expecting to be tired straight away. Do something that's relaxing and that will calm you down. Lavender's a really good down regulator, so that's quite a good essential oil to put on. Helps you kind of feel a bit more relaxed as well. No technology, sorry to say, but after 10 o'clock, give yourself an hour for you. Okay, this is about boundaries here. You're important. Switch off the phone, switch off the tablet, switch off all these things. Don't get involved in conversations. Don't be scrolling on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat or what the hell else is new these days, all these things. You're important. Fuck them. Switch it off. Have some boundaries. You're important. Sleep is so important. Switch it off. It doesn't matter. It can wait till tomorrow. There's some people that are brushing their teeth and they've got Instagram in the other hand. For God's sake, be present. This is your life. You're important. Switch it off. Give yourself an hour's break. You deserve it. You deserve it. This is your sleep. This is your life. This is your healing. This is where you recharge. This is where you recuperate. This is where you heal. This is where you relax and think about you and your life. Or take yourself somewhere else through a book, or through some music that's important to you, or through some doodling or some sketching or something like this. It's not really a time to communicate. If you're having a stressful time and you're anxious and you're having a panic attack, that's different. Please reach out to someone. But generally, you don't really want to keep all these conversations going and going and going till 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. It's not good for you. Give yourself a break. You deserve that. Okay, so switch off the technology. It's really important. I can't emphasize that enough. Switch off the technology. You deserve a break. Okay, you do not have to be psychologically involved in other people's lives and conversations. I'm not saying don't have an emergency setting where you've got your favourites list who can phone if they're having an emergency. Answer it if it's an emergency. I'm not saying don't answer it, but I'm saying don't feel that you have to be psychologically available for people 24/7. You don't. You're important, and your life and your sleep will suffer if you don't switch these things off. So, okay, don't look at the phone, don't do anything like that after 10 o'clock. Now, after sundown, there's a setting in your mobile phone that you can do, and it makes it a bit warmer. The colour's a bit warmer. Remember we said about the blue light? Now, unfortunately, if you're looking at blue lights and things, after sundown, your brain's going to get confused. It's going to reset your circadian rhythm. It's going to stop your brain producing the melatonin. So go into your phone settings and switch on the night mode. So it's a bit warmer. Don't give your eyes all this bright light and blue light and everything. It'll muck up your sleep, okay? So go in there, switch on the night mode, make sure your screen is warm, and it can automatically switch to these colours after sundown. So I would suggest doing that as well. Okay. I mentioned journaling. Now, journaling is a really good opportunity to get things out onto paper, things that you're thinking about. If you've got thoughts that are going around your head, it's a really good opportunity to put it down to paper. It can really help with helping you kind of feel relaxed and expressive and in control. And I might suggest, if you're really struggling to sleep and if you're really feeling anxious at bedtime, then maybe to write down exactly how you're feeling, and also maybe to consider doing a gratitude diary. Maybe just write 5 things that you're grateful for. If you want to write 5 things that you would change, go ahead, but the emphasis really is on the gratitude. What are you grateful for? What 5 things are you grateful for? I'm gonna mention meditation in the way that I use it in conjunction with the word of mind. So meditative mind as opposed to meditation. Meditation can really throw people off and kind of scare them a lot, but actually I just want to say meditative mind. Now, a meditative mind is a mind that's kind of mindful and observing at all times. So right now I've got a meditative mind because I'm observing this conversation, I'm observing my breath, I'm observing what's happening right now in this moment. You don't have to meditate to feel meditative, if that makes sense. You can do this on a bus. You can do this when you're flying a plane. You can do this when you're in an operating theatre. A meditative mind is someone who's the observer and who's grounded and who's very, very present. Just be observing of your breath, and just be observing of the thoughts that come up as well, and greet them as friends. Don't judge your thoughts that come up. They're just thoughts. That's all they are. Don't judge them. Put them down on paper, or just welcome them as they come in and wave them goodbye as they leave. If you're having intrusive thoughts, deal with it in the same way. Welcome them as they come in, wave them goodbye as they go away. The gaps between the thoughts will get bigger and bigger. And who are you? You're the watcher of those thoughts. You aren't those thoughts. You are not those thoughts. You're watching them as they come in. You're watching them as they go away. Sometimes when you're really stressed out, you can get even more intrusive thoughts, and that's when your well-being can suffer. And at that point, I would urge you to reach out to someone. In the UK, we've got the Samaritans. I've talked about them before. They're brilliant, they're non-judgmental, they're confidential, and they're non-biased. So they're very good, and they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Excellent people. But if you are having intrusive thoughts and you're not willing to talk to someone, then just what I would say is just observe them. You're not those thoughts. Okay? Good. Now, if you are waking up in the middle of the night, and I've had doctors tell me that we do tend to sleep in banks of 4 hours, so you might have 4 hours and wake up, and another 4 hours, and then it's time to wake up. How you meet yourself in that moment is really important. So if you're waking up and really annoyed with yourself, you're going to get the adrenaline rush go through your body, and you're going to really struggle to get back to sleep. So what I would say is be kind to yourself. Treat yourself, that part of yourself, like a small child who needs to be nurtured. If you get angry and upset with a small child who's made a mistake, you're just going to make them more upset and frustrated. So what I would say is just be kind to yourself. If you do wake up at 3 a.m, just be kind to yourself, relax. It's totally normal to wake up, okay? But it's how you meet yourself and how you treat yourself in that moment, okay? And as I said, just maybe observe your thoughts. Just watch them, welcome them as they come in, wave goodbye as they leave. And that gap in between the thoughts will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you'll feel hopefully a sense of peace. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. So just to summarize, give yourself an hour before you sleep to ring fence and put boundaries up. No communications, no Twitter, no Snapchat, no Instagram, no Facebook, no instant messages. Who invented instant messaging? No mobile phones, certainly no bright lights. Switch off all that stuff. Make sure your room is dark, and just be careful about how the sun rises in the morning, how bright that is. Make sure you've got blackout blinds. Make sure you bring your room lighting level down gradually over the course of the hour. Give yourself an hour to feel sleepy. So say from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Give yourself that hour for lights to come down slowly, one by one by one, until you've got one lamp left on at the end, and that's the last one that goes off right at the end of the night. Put some nice background music that's non-pretentious, non-commercial, non-popular, without any vocals, that's just relaxing, drifts you off to some other country that's beautiful and exciting. Read a book that you find enjoyable, and keep that phone away from you. Don't look at it, don't switch it on, don't have it on, don't look at it. You deserve better. You deserve a break. You deserve boundaries. You're important. You're important. Don't even look at it. Certainly don't look at work emails or anything like that 5 minutes before bedtime. Okay, that's it. That's everything I wanted to say. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me about these kind of things. These things I do, they really help me. I really hope that they can help you. I think I've turned my life around in the last 2 or 3 years with the way that I approach my sleeping routine, and it's really helped me. So I really hope it can help you too. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.